Hi YouTube, this is my blue 1969 Schwinn Collegiate bike. I'm right now working on restoring it, replacing the inner tubes and adding some more features for safety. I got this for $25 from Neighborhood Bike Works in Philadelphia in about 2012. It was already in okay condition, but after that I removed some rust and got this ready to ride. It has a 5-speed Schwinn approved Shimano build GT100 derailleur, as you can see here. That works quite nicely. Should be on the fourth gear. There's, I guess, the sprocket and pedals. That shifts quite nicely, and I like the position the shifter is in right here. It has rear and front fenders, regular disc brakes, caliper brakes that were a bit of a pain to adjust. I've installed a bike lock holder right there for this Bell bike lock, so I can park it at two different bike racks at ends of a route. The seat's pretty nice. It's the original seat. I've had this nice neoprene rear end pad here that I've used before on other bikes. What I've also added is this little LED headlight and compass with bell. Rear view mirrors just now that have nice adjustable rubber. Yeah, you can see the brakes work pretty nicely. Yeah, so rear view mirrors there on either side. And then what I've just added on the front is this reflector, although there's definitely a large headlight, maybe halogen there, and a dynamo on the back probably to power it. The brakes work nicely. One challenging thing though is the tubes. I recently replaced the 26 by 1 3/8 tubes with Presta tubes, Vittoria ultralight Presta tubes that are not inflated, quite flat, and are 26 by 1.1 to 1.5. I think I'll need to inflate these up a pretty good bit to fill up the tire. Already I had to stretch them a lot to fit on these rims. And another thing I'm worried about is the hernias. Apparently these get in Schrader valve stems, so I might either put the nut on the inside of the rim or get one of the aluminum spacers. Yeah, so there's the Presta tires. I'm only going to be inflating this to 60 psi, so if anyone has suggestions for how to deal with that, that would be really great. Please post that in the comments. Let's see if there's anything else here. I'll show you the serial number. It should say KE 37976, built in Chicago in October of 1969. It's a bit slow, but I think part of that was just not inflating the tires properly. I can only get one of the tubes up to 20 psi before it started leaking. I'll probably ride a lot better at 60 psi. Anyway, so there's a good bit more work that has to be done there, especially with the Presta tips, making sure that the tube doesn't bulge out of the hole. I'm looking forward to riding it. I'm moving to DC in mid-July, and definitely the bike infrastructure there is substantially better than either Atlanta, which is pretty awful, where I just moved from, or Cincinnati, or even Philadelphia, which had bike lanes, but they're not curb protected and not as safe.